Alright, what's going on everyone? Kewbix here, and welcome back to a brand new video. So I'm thinking about starting a new series called AlgAdvice, where basically I go over different algorithms and give my advice on either different ways to execute them or tips on how to improve them. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about this new series. And so without further ado, let's just get right into this video. Alright, so I'm pretty sure everyone is at least familiar with the jperm, which goes like this. And that overall is a really fast way to execute the jperm, and I'm pretty sure it is the fastest, including finger tricks and just the moves that I did. But there is a different way to do the jperm, which I'm pretty sure I made up, and so I'm not so sure if it really helps on the 3x3, but it'll really help on other cubes such as the square one and other cuboids. So let me show you the algorithm and I'll show you how to finger trick it. Alright, so the algorithm goes like this. So it does have fewer moves than the normal jperm, but it does also have a lot of double moves, which either could help or it might not help some people. But that is the alg itself. So again, but yeah, it doesn't really help on 3x3 in my opinion, but it'll really help on cubes like the square one and some other cuboids. But for right now, let's talk about the square one. So normally in the beginner's method for the square one, if you were to do the jperm, which goes like this, see, it does the jperm on top, but it also messes up the middle and the bottom layers. And now this is really not helpful if the bottom is already solved and you want to preserve the pieces, because then you have to do this algorithm twice, once with this bar in the back and then once with it over here. But in my case, all you have to do is the algorithm I showed you on this cube, but instead of single layer turns, it'll just be 3 turns. So basically one turn on this. Let me show you the algorithm and I'll show you how it helps. So it goes like this. See? It only does the jperm on the top layer. It preserves all of the other pieces on the cube, which is great if you don't want to mess anything else up. And it's quick too. I also really think this is helpful on cuboids. This, and this, and just basically any cuboid that has at least 2 layers in any 3 direction. So I'll start off by showing you on one of the most simple of the cubes, which is the 2x2x3. It is a really fun cube to solve. It is really similar to the square one, and by doing this algorithm, it just does a jperm on the top layer. So that's really helpful if you don't want to do the other algorithm multiple times, or if you want to preserve other pieces, and it's also really fast. So yeah, it really works on this cube. It will also work on the 2x2x4, so you do the same thing. And it just does the jperm on the top layer without messing anything up. And you can also do it with multiple layers at once. So let's say we want to do a jperm by switching these two with these two. It just go like this. You do a double layer instead of a single layer. And it swaps these with these without messing anything else up. And if you just want to swap this piece with this piece, you do the same thing just by moving the inner layer. So it goes like this. And voila, it doesn't mess anything up and it just swaps these two. Just like a jperm on a 2x2, since it's basically a 2x2 just with extra layers. And so of course the algorithm also works on cubes like this, where you just go like this. Just as a jperm on the top layer. And on cubes like this, which is the 3x3x4. See? And then, I mean, this is the only other really unique cuboid I have, the 2x2x5. So if you want to do it, it just goes like this. Let's say you just want to do it on the top layer. You do the same algorithm like this, and you keep in mind where the top layer is. So you go like that, 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 that. And voila, somehow works. After moving all those other weird pieces around, it just goes back to this. And then obviously if you want to do it just on this layer, you just move this layer and this, and so on. Now I kind of want to show you how I finger trick it. So on like a 3x3, you hold this bottom corner right here with these two fingers, kind of rest these other three fingers up here, and put your thumb here and your other finger just behind. So only really focus on holding this corner with these two pieces, and you go, and then flick with this ring finger back there, and then just with your pointer and your ring, bring both of these like that, and down, and flick, so like that. And yeah, it's actually pretty fast, and it has a fewer move count than the normal jperm, even though this is probably still faster. The other jperm really helps on all of these cubes without messing anything up, because on a 3x3x4 you can't do the normal jperm, so that's why the double moves really helps with all of these other cubes. Doesn't mess anything up, and it's super efficient. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope you found it helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in episode 2 of AlgAdvice. Peace.